Be taken lightly.
This match is scheduled for 1 and is a hair versus Moustache match.
It's almost the one we've all been waiting for. It's the Stash versus the Trim.
Either their hair or their moustache shaved off by their opponent. Now,
Can't wait for this one.
let me introduce you the competitors in this match. Introducing first.
We saw him earlier, calling out Edward Ripper, and then Edward Ripper making the challenge. If you win, you get a shave off my moustache. If I win, I get a shave off your hair. Lincoln's very... he's pointing at me. Okay, he's gone away, good. I'm glad about that, because I wouldn't have had to use excessive force on Lincoln's very own W anchor, as it says on his shorts. Wearing a devil's mask. Kind of my entrance, but okay, Will, if you want to copy me, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. It's dark outside. An eerie blackness falls over the X-Church as we get ready for our main event.
And his opponents.
I tell you what, you could go anywhere in the world, you could watch any wrestling promotion you wanted, and you would not see a more positive reaction for a wrestler. Edward Ripper, the very definition of fan favourite. Look at him, look at that moustache, look at that hat, look at those goggles, look at those boots, look at those chinos. Without our fans, we would be nowhere, and that's why he's so gracious, so courteous to those people that cheer his name long, long into the night. I tell you what though, the two competitors cannot be looking forward to this one, because one of them is losing something that they hold very dear. It's hair versus moustache. And I'm joined once again by Rob Daniels.
Yes, Peter, and what a main event this is going to be. The steampunk sensation Edward Ripper versus the hero Will Wilde.
As I called him, Lincoln's very own W anchor. As it says quite plainly on his tights.
Let's face it, we need to get that stupid pink hairstyle shaved off, Will. So,
do you know what? I think at the commentary booth they're supposed to be unbiased. We are the least impartial commentary duo.
Well, yeah, you could say that, but the way Mr. Wilde treats some of the Five Factory wrestling, the way he treats some of the Five Factory staff, as you can see there, having to go at our timekeepers.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, do you know the thing? I just want to give a shout out to our timekeepers. Sometimes they have more than one job to do. Right?
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't ring the bell.
It's a very difficult job.
It's a very difficult job, but they do it so well.
Now, let's see how this match pans out. Edward Ripper, a very, very old school style of wrestling. Will Wilde, a more modern indie style approach, if you will.
I was saying, Rob, as you were doing your ring announcing, what I was saying was simply, this is a match that neither of them want to lose. And I know that sounds like a truism, because when you step into the ring, you don't want to lose a match. But they are losing so much more in pride. They are losing follicular confidence.
Oh, of course. Let's face it, the amount of bald men in the world, Mr. Preston, for one, how shattered is his confidence every time he gets turned down by a woman because he's bald? Will Wilde could face that same fate here tonight. Also, Edward Ripper, that moustache, as he said in his promo earlier, it tickles the ladies in places that you never dreamed of. They love it. He's going to lose that appeal to his personal character. Oh. strong belly-to-back side slam there.
I think we can
Oh, and taking Will Wild to school amateur style.
I think we can glean that the loser is certainly going to be worse off than the winner.
Oh, big style, Peter. And I think it's going to be a close one to call. Both men have been victorious in recent times. Ripper having a very long, drawn-out feud with dishonourable Dave Isaac.
A feud that's probably not over, Rob, let's face it.
Oh, it'll never be over between those two. Will Wild taking umbrage at the academy students.
Rob, Will Wild has taken umbrage with everybody.
Oh, yeah, that is very true.
He's got a chip on his shoulder the size of Mr. Chips from Catchphrase. And that is one massive chip, let me tell you that.
Talking about massive, look at those massive thighs wrapping around the neck of Edward Ripper as Will Wild tries to neutralise the threat of the steampunk sensation. Will Wild trying to choke the life out of him here. The man from Old London Town trying to reach for the ropes as Jeff the ref looks on.
I tell you what, Will Wild wants Edward Ripper to tap, and do you know what? I think taking
what a float over there by Edward Ripper into a side headlock.
Almost taking a page out of Aidan Drake's book.
Very true, very true. That headstand. Side headlock now by Edward Ripper as he makes his way back to his feet. Sends him shooting into the ropes, goes for the clothesline, ducks, misses. Strong shoulder tackle. Japanese arm drag, dropping Will Wild straight on top of his head there.
I tell you what, that was not a positive landing from Mr. Wild.
Good night, Irene, that could be all.
That could be it.
Ripper going for that corner bomb, possibly.
Are we going to see it? We're going to see it sort of...
Shades of Vader! Boom. Oh, nails him down with it.
Will's hair could be gone.
Oh, Will knowing there's a lot more at stake than just his hair.
Absolutely. Ripper getting Wild. I tell you what, Wild looks like he has just been dropped on his head, and that's exactly what's just happened.
Very true. Let's in all seriousness, we love him, hate him. Let's just hope he's not injured. Ah, no, he's playing possum, if anything.
He's playing possum, you're absolutely right. It takes more than a drop on the head to neutralise Will Wild. But he is feeling it, you can see it in his face.
He dropped on his head like that anchor on his ring gear there.
He dropped on his head like an anchor drops to the sea bottom.
Will Wild taking umbrage at Jeff the ref now, saying he should count faster.
Jeff can only count at the designated referee counting speed.
And let's face it, all referees can only actually count to 5. The really talented ones count to 10, but they can only do that when competitors leave the ring.
Absolutely.
Jeff the ref now checking to make sure it's not a choke.
I tell you, do you know what I think just been placed on our table? I think a set of clippers has just been placed on our table, Rob.
It's the ominous clippers that are going to seal the fate of whoever loses this match. Like we said earlier, it could go either way, and at the moment it's going the hero's way. It's going all for Will Wild as he ties Edward Ripper up in the corner and delivers a strong shot to the chest.
Rob, if you had a moustache that was kind of your defining attribute, but you also loved your hair, what would you rather lose?
That's a tough one. I think if the moustache is the defining attribute, it's got to be the hair.
I think a bald man with a moustache would look okay. But that's not going to be Will Wild's case, is it? He's just going to be a bald man.
Yes, very true. It never did Charles Bronson any harm.
It never did. Never did.
I would never do any harm to Mr. Charles Bronson.
I don't think you could.
Big chop there to the chest of the steampunk sensation, Edward Ripper.
Tying him up.
Will Wild trying to G the crowd up.
This is going to hurt.
Oh.
And even though Edward Ripper does have a thick layer of chest hair, that is not going to stop a chop like that.
I can testify to that one. I'm in the Edward Ripper camp when it comes to chest hair. Oh. And it's no...
Big splash.
Big avalanche splash in the corner.
Oh, what are we going to hear? Are we going to hear a knife-edge chop that echoes round the ex-church?
The Gainsborough crowd are loving that. The church here giving extra reverb to that. Another big avalanche splash. Can he follow it with another chop?
been taken to chop school.
And the grin on Edward Ripper's face, he's loving
Wild,
it.
I tell you what, that's the best move Will Wilde's done in this match, let me tell you that. Getting out of harm's way.
Very, very, very smart move there.
His chest will be lit up like Las Vegas.
Christmas lights there on Mr. Will Wilde's chest as he tries to regroup outside the ring. Smart move, as you said, Peter.
I tell you what, if you've ever seen the love scene in Titanic in the back of the car, when she puts her hand on the window, on the condensation, and rubs it down, that's what Will Wilde's chest looks like right now. Will Wilde's chest looks like a vintage car that has had a love scene in the back of from a peasant and an upper class person on a steamliner in the middle of the Atlantic. That is what Will Wilde's chest is akin to right now.
An analogy there, something only the pretty boy could make. Will Wilde sending Ripper into the ropes, and again, strong back elbow. Will Wilde known for those vicious elbows.
I tell you what about Will Wilde. It's like you've said this all night, love him or hate him, about the various people. But Will Wilde can wrestle.
Oh,
There is
yes.
no doubt about that. Will Wilde has got a serious skill set.
He's a graduate of the Fight Factory Wrestling Academy. He's trained by Dutch. He's come up through the ranks. He's beaten the Academy's finest, and he's beaten some of Fight Factory Wrestling's finest. Now he's here against the steampunk sensation, and he's making a name for himself.
He's got a check. Now, Rob, if he gets disqualified, is he losing his hair?
He will. It
So
doesn't.
what-
It
what-
doesn't matter how you lose the match.
What in the name of Blue Nun is he doing?
Well, maybe that shot to the head sent him a bit skits.
Or does he know
He's got
exactly-
that golden spike. He's got that golden spike off the devil mask he wears as an entrance to the ring, driving it into Edward Ripper's skull.
I tell you what, I questioned why he got that chair. Now I know exactly why. A spike!
Diversionary tactics there by the hero, Will Wilde.
And as good as Jeff the Teller, watch out, Jeff! Oh, God. And as much as Jeff the Ref is, great job. He's a stellar referee. He can't see everything. He hasn't got eyes in the back of his head. Jeff the Ref is not an owl.
No, none of us have eyes in the back of our head, Peter, and Jeff is no exception. Edward Ripper now, though, pardon the pun, trying to pick up a head of steam. Those vintage style boxing punches taking to the jaw of Will Wilde. He's winding up for the big right backhand there, sending Will Wilde down to the floor.
He hit him so hard, his own momentum took him off his feet.
Massive elbow drop by the strong man. He's going to follow up with another. Could this see Will Wilde out? Edward Ripper going for the cover. Jeff the Ref counts two. Will Wilde managing to get his shoulder up at the last second.
You're right about the strength of Edward Ripper. I saw him lift a chalk ice with a single strand of hair from his moustache.
That is strong.
Yeah,
that is
it is.
very, very strong.
And it was a dark chocolate chalk ice.
All the more rich.
Where is he going?
Edward Ripper not known for his high flying abilities, but heading
is
up to
he
the top.
going?
Big crossbody.
Oh,
that's
huge.
gotta be it.
Say goodbye to your hair, Will Wilde, no.
Will Wilde knowing what's at stake, pushing every ounce of effort into getting his arm up.
What happens if Edward Ripper loses but looks great, clean shaven? Oh,
the spear! That's it. Will Wilde's done. He's done. Will Wilde
He is done.
has lost his hair. What's gonna be here tonight?
We're going to see that.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the hair versus moustache match, the steampunk sensation, Edward Ripper!
So, Will Wilde going Hollywood on his head.
Is he gonna take his punishment like a man, or is he gonna try and weasel his way out of
He
it?
can't weasel. He can't. Oh, he's trying.
Oh, he's trying to weasel, don't you worry. He's Will Wilde, of course he's gonna weasel.
The weasel, Will Wilde.
Maybe it should have been a weasel match. He should have to wear a weasel costume after it.
I think we put on the Tommy Ryder.
He's met at the entranceway by his old nemesis, the Academy champion Tommy Ryder. A bit of a fighting match going on here. Tommy Ryder's not going to let him leave without taking his medicine.
Dutch!
Dutch!
Out of nowhere.
Dutch lays Will Wilde
Even Sebastian Bell's out there.
Sebastian Bell's taking glee in this as Ryder and Bell pick up Wild to take him
And
to the
there
ring.
are the Clippers.
The Clippers are out in force.
Dutch just hit Will Wild with a chair.
Well, if that first shot to the head wasn't enough, that certainly is.
And now we are going to see
Parading him round the ring like some little puppet. This is something for the ages. A first in Fight Factory Wrestling.
they're going to scalp the man.
They're going to scalp him at ringside in front of the fans.
Is that Johnny Storm's out there?
Edward Ripper scalping that pink locks off of Will Wild.
Johnny Storm, Sebastian Bell, Tommy Ryder, Dutch, Edward Ripper, everybody's getting involved in the scalping of Will Wild. Even Jeff the ref's there.
Jeff the ref, the most over man in Fight Factory Wrestling,
Will Wild
watching over proceedings.
squirming.
The man from Old London Town giving Will Wild a taste of what he deserves.
And look at him, there he is, it's not. Oh, he looks like a monk. He looks like a monk.
He's got that traditional monk hair. He's bald on the top. And what's left of those pink